you heard that. The next item is item number 4, an application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Dumbo Historic District, 57 J Street, docket number 16-4535, block 41, lot 7, an American round arch style factory building designed by Benjamin Finkenseeper and built in 1896. And the application is to install a fire escape, construct a barrier-free access ramp, and install a window.
Maintain it.
Okay, but you know they have
Good morning, Commissioners. John Graham of Landmark staff. The application is for exterior alterations at this building at the corner of J Street and Water Street. There are 3 different changes, and the project architects are here to walk you through them.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Angelo Costa, Meltzer Costa Architects. I'm the applicant, and Tavish Karishi is with me. He's the project manager. Before I have Tavish describe some of the work that's here, I want to explain to you, this is an IMD building. It's an interim multiple dwelling. It's a loft floor building, and the project that we have is to legalize the apartments that are scattered throughout the building. And we are required to do that with as minimal interruption of the tenants that are in the spaces there. The project is currently going through building department approval and is not approved yet, pending law board, and there are ongoing the law board legalization process. So I want you to understand that's why we need to do this project. This basically is a requirement to install a new fire escape in order to get some egress out of some of the apartments that do not currently have legal egress. We're also putting in a handicap ramp to meet the handicap requirements and doing that as minimally as possible. And also 1 window simply to match the windows that are down on that lower level at this point. So I guess I'll have Tavish give him a chance to get out front and explain to you that what fire escapes we have and what we're doing to them.
Good morning, my name is Tavish Qureshi. So first, there is one existing fire escape on this facade. If you look at the first floor plan, this portion here on the east end of the building is actually a 2-story portion, whereas the rest of the building is 6 stories. So above this portion, there's an existing fire escape. The only access to that fire escape is from a single hallway. And the requirement per code is that fire escape, if you're going to use a fire escape for a second means of egress, it needs to have access from every individual unit. So to do that, if you look here, this is the existing fire escape in the center. We're essentially extending the platform of the fire escape to windows of the C and D line apartments. This extension will match the existing fire escape in color, design, installation, the same kind of supports. So the railings will match and everything. And the color right now, the existing one is a red kind of color. So we will match that exactly. So that's that. And then below that, this fire escape actually exits onto the roof of the second floor here. And then the inhabitant would basically have to walk across the roof to get to the existing drop-down ladder on Water Street, which is here. You can see this. So that drop-down ladder, basically, the requirement is that an inhabitant can't walk across a combustible roof because this is a heavy timber building. So basically, we had to propose a fireproof walkway that would get the inhabitant across from that where the existing fire escape lands to that ladder. So we're proposing this walkway here, and that walkway will be exactly the same design as the existing fire escape, And it will have railings on both sides. The only visible portion from the street might be this railing here. Aside from that, it will mostly be visible. There is a building here. I removed it just for visibility purposes. You can see that here. This is the two-story portion. So there's a full 4-story building next to it. So you really only see that one railing from that view. So aside from that, that addresses the C and D line apartments. For the A and B line apartments, which are along J Street and Water Street, we had to install a new fire escape on Water Street. So this, again, will match the existing fire escape in design, color, everything. It will be metal construction, steel construction. And that is an entirely new fire escape. You can see the full layout of it here. And that will exit onto Water Street. So from there, we are also installing a new window. And the window comes out of a necessity for light and air requirements, which are required by residential apartments. So as you can see here, all along here, I mean, I understand this isn't the historic appearance of the building, but these are the current conditions. So basically what we're doing is installing a new window in here that will match the adjacent windows all along Water Street. So these two are existing, and we're simply installing a new 1/1 metal window that'll be painted black, just like the existing ones, and it will help provide light and air for that apartment. And lastly, we are installing a handicap accessible ramp that will basically turn the corner. It will start on Water Street, turn the corner, and go up to the existing entrance platform on J Street. Now this platform is black, it's painted black, it's a metal platform. It has the existing black metal railing, and we're basically proposing to install a ramp that matches that exactly. It'll be a metal ramp, and it'll have metal supports. The railing will match exactly, and that's our intention.
We're
Okay,
leaving the ramp quite open so that you can see behind it. It's a very minor structure, not making it solid, and also match what's up there now. So it's just a simple industrial ramp.
All right, questions? Any questions?
So
Yes,
In
Roberta.
terms of the ramp, so there wasn't an easier or some other method for getting up, having that very long?
No, the first
because
floor-
the ramp is long.
Yeah, it is. The first floor is actually 3 feet above ground level. I mean, the only other alternative would be a metal handicap, not metal, but handicap lift on the street, which I know is typically not very appealing anywhere, let alone on the front of a building.
Other questions? Any other questions? All right, are there speakers on this item? Yes, Doreen Gallo.
For the past 15 years, the Dumbo Neighborhood Alliance advocated with many others for a new loft law created in June 2010. The law is one of the most important pieces of affordable housing measures of this decade, mainly because it protects the existing community. The new loft law allows owners to legalize their buildings and bring them into conforming use while protecting the occupants. Many buildings were zoned for manufacturing use, while landlords rented their buildings for residential and/or live-work occupancy, creating de facto multiple dwellings. DNA helped organize the residents of 57 J Street apply for the loft law coverage. Many of the longtime artists and residents in this building will be rent-stabilized, protected tenants because of this law. This is a very good example of creating affordable housing for existing tenants within a historic district. DNA supports the new owner's effort to legalize 57 J Street and bring this building up to code compliance. I think there's a window replacement that I didn't miss you saying, but we just hope that it doesn't set a precedent for future window replacement for this building, and the DNA Preservation Committee is hopeful that at a future date, the windows on the ground level will be restored.
Thank you. Any more speakers? All right, Community Board 2 sent in their recommendation. They recommend that LPC approve the application.
So just to clarify, so the reason for the project is to legalize spaces that people are already living in and that don't have access to the fire escape. So now they don't have access to fire escape.
Right. And there's other, there's things we have to do to bring it up to par.
Apartment to get to it.
So these are all legalization issues. And we're not allowed to rearrange their apartments unless it goes to court. So we try to do it with.
Where's that new window? Where's the new window?
On the first floor, at the lower level, there's a series of windows. Portions of them were blocked up with glass block. There used to be some double windows, actually, on this elevation. You'll see there right now, the whole street is covered with little double hungs. They're not very good. We know that. We're going to simply replace that one window to match the others. There's nothing on that street, but that one window is blocked off, and we need to replace that. If the owner's keeping open the options, we'll see how this goes. We can negotiate to replace the windows, and when we do, they'll be like they were originally.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, we can close the hearing. I think the interventions that they're proposing are appropriate. It allows this building to be legalized and provides safety, light, and air to these units. And as noted, is a part of the affordable housing component for the district.
I'm okay with all the changes. I just want to know, as a process matter, because we approved punching out this one little window, that doesn't mean that in the future we can't require that those windows be restored the way they originally were. In other words, this isn't setting a precedent for us.
I don't believe so.
In the future, could go back to the historic condition.
Yeah.
Right. I think in this particular case, we may find it appropriate because it's one window within these that are already in place. It doesn't mean that later on, if they want to do something else, we can't consider the fact that we may want to restore the historic windows.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So we can close the hearing. And Roberta, do you want to read the resolution, please?
In the matter of, is it 57?
57J.
In the matter of 57J Street, Dumbo Historic District. Application is to install a fire escape, construct a barrier-free access ramp, and install a window. I recommend approval, finding that the proposed work will not damage any significant protective features of the building's facades, that adding the proposed fire escape on the Water Street elevation and the platform and railing at the existing fire escape will bring the building into compliance with fire and safety codes while causing minimal damage to the facade. That the design, material, and dark red painted finish of the new fire escape platform and railings will be in keeping with the existing fire escape at the secondary facades and with fire escapes found on similar buildings in the district. That the installation of the proposed metal barrier-free access ramp will neither obscure nor damage any significant architectural features of the Water Street or J Street facades. That the materials, details, and dark red painted finish will match the existing painted metal stairs and platform at this entrance. That the proposed ramp will allow for full accessibility into the building in the least intrusive manner. That installing the proposed window at the ground floor will not require the removal of any significant historic fabric. That the proposed window will match the adjacent ground floor windows in place at the time of the designation in terms of configuration, operation, materials, size, and finish. That the installation of the proposed window would not preclude restoring the original window opening at some future date, and that the proposed work will not detract from the special architectural and historic character of the building and the Dumbo Historic District.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This application's been approved.
Thank you.